watching Mid-Morning Show. Smile.
Of course.
You don't want to miss the dial.
Okay. Okay.
All right, good morning. You're welcome. It's another beautiful Wednesday edition of the Mid-Morning Show on BCOS Television. How are you doing today? My name is Tolakbo Holaomi. And you know, it takes two to tango, so I never walk solo. Pelumi, how are you doing?
I'm good.
You're looking radiant as always.
Thank you.
What's the secret, you know? Let us in the secret. You're looking somehow, you know.
Great because of the show. All right, welcome to Wednesday in the month of August. All thanks be to God. From January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and the end of August, the last Wednesday in the month of August. Yes, the Ember month are rolling in shortly. And how is that your goal for the year 2026? I hope you're already ticking them one by one. Of course, it is the last Wednesday, and it's either. So yes, this look at this feature on Secret. We'll be back. Stay with us.
Secrecy is the active state of intentionally professional requirements for confidentiality. If you keep something, secretion might have if it were openly known. What often underlies secrecy is a fear of judgment and or reprisal, information, and how others respond to it. Thus, you might feel afraid, anxious, concerned, and hungry, and want to pull away. You know the saying, keeping secrets. A lot of people do deem secrets keeping necessary, whether they are hiding something from their romantic partner, family, or friends. People keep secrets for a multitude of reasons. Maybe they feel embarrassed or shame about something they feel they might get in trouble with, either with the law or with a person, or feel like their relationship with somebody might be destroyed should the big secret be revealed. Chances are you have some secrets of your own. According to a research, the average person keeps around 13 secrets at a time, 5 of those being secrets that they have never told anyone, in categories including infidelity, drug usage, illegal activity, sexual orientation, and family life. Makes you wonder what people are hiding from you, right? Think about a time you were keeping a big secret from somebody. How did you feel when you were keeping it? Guilty, weighed down, embarrassed, paranoid. Maybe you are currently keeping a big secret and feeling this way right now. Whatever the circumstances, it's almost never pleasant to carry a secret. People have secrets, certain aspects of their lives that they choose not to share with others. Some secrets are considered harmless, while others are, especially ones that could. Relationship experts agree is that certain ones are okay to keep for your partner, while others can undermine the foundation of the union. Early in a relationship, one might choose to keep certain information about him or herself as one gets to know his or partner better. It's true that certain kinds of secrets sometimes have the place in certain areas of life, but when it comes to romantic relationships, a school of thought believes they should almost always be avoided like a plague. Reason for themselves no relationships, where secrets really have the potential to destroy a partnership. When it comes down to it, in any relationship, communication is key, and keeping secrets is basically the opposite of that. Keeping secrets in a relationship doesn't come without ramifications. Experts believe secrets keeping can certainly lead to a feeling of disconnection. The longer the secrets are kept, the more the individual may feel uncomfortable. It is certainly possible that an individual chooses not to share all aspects of their life with their partner. That is okay. However, if an individual feels guilty, ashamed, or sad about not opening up, then that certainly has the potential to impact the relationship as a whole. Some big secrets that might make a partner feel guilty about keeping and thereby putting a strain on the relationship include infidelity or drug usage. However, going through the efforts and putting all the work to keep something a secret is often more damaging than what would actually happen if you revealed the secret. First up, as we know, it's going to take a toll on your own well-being. In most cases, the longer you wait to reveal a secret, the harder your partner will take it. Obviously, opening up and sharing a secret, no matter what it may be, with your partner is scary. There are a couple of steps you can take to prepare or share. Some people think it is important to feel in control of sharing the secret. What is it that you want your partner to know, and what is the best way to share the information with them? Another important thing is to determine what one needs from their partner. Do you want them to simply listen? Do you want them to offer support and comfort? Being straightforward and letting your partner know how they can help make a process of sharing a little less difficult for you. The bottom line is, almost all humans have secrets, but we don't have to. Being honest and vulnerable and sharing our secrets, although not necessarily with everyone, can make us feel like a huge weight is lifted off our shoulders. The fatigue and feelings of isolation that come along with secret keeping are avoidable. All you have to do is reveal them.
Hello, my name is Hafiz Oyetoro. This is Mid Morning Show. Keep watching Mid Morning Show.
Of course, your day is not complete without watching the Mid-Morning Show. Hey, welcome back from that extensive feature on secrets. And, like we said, the last Wednesday of the month, we're going to be having a lounge session today. And today's topic is on third party in marriage, to have or not. Marriage is often described as a union between two people, but in reality, it rarely exists in isolation. Family, friends, religious leaders, counselors, and sometimes even colleagues can influence the dynamics of a relationship. But where should the boundary be drawn? When does support become interference? When does seeking advice become exposing the privacy of a marriage? And are there circumstances where a third party is not only acceptable, but necessary? Okay, today our guests, they're going to be throwing in their weight on this particular topic, third party in marriage, to have or not. We have Mrs. Yemisi Ayoride. Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
You're welcome to Mid-Morning Show. And also Dr. Olumide Okuneye. And Dr. Olumide Okuneye, popularly called Coach Shimide, is a pastor, a renowned consultant, veterinary doctor, and a senior lecturer at a tertiary institution in Oyo State. He has established himself as a leading expert in marriage mentoring and relationship coaching, with over 18 years of marriage and a beautiful family of his own. Coach Mide brings a wealth of personal experience, professional expertise, and divine inspiration to his work. And also, Mrs. Ayoride is a seasoned teacher of the Word of Hope, with a special grace on the family, sound relationship counseling, addressing marital challenges, and parenting coaching. She holds a BA in history and an MSc in industrial relations and personal management from University of Lagos. And she also has a Master of Social Work from the University of Ibadan. She is a certified marriage mentor, mental health and addiction counselor and affiliate lecturer at TIMFA Christian University, USA. Good morning, Ma.
Good morning, Ma.
sir.
It's so lovely to have you both.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming. All right, so you've heard our topic, third party in marriage, to have or not. What exactly constitutes a third party in a marriage? Let's start with that.
You know, like you rightly said that marriage is a union of two people.
Exactly.
Then you rightly mentioned that it cannot exist in isolation.
Sure.
So it depends on the kind of third party that you have in your marriage. We can say even the constitution of marriage, you have God. So is at the center. That is why Christian leaders are involved. And then marriage counselors are not ruled out too. Because in certain parts of the world, the fact that you're a pastor does not mean that you have every right to counsel. So most of the people that I train, for instance, they are pastors overseas that need, you know, counseling training to be qualified to counsel married people. So the kind of third party you have must either be someone that is not a religious leader, in quotes,
Okay.
but someone that knows about marriage. Like I said, being a religious leader does not qualify you to be a marriage mentor. And then there must be boundaries. The time that you identify the boundaries to set between the third party and the two of you involved is the healthy part of the marriage. Because if you don't have boundaries, then anybody can just come. Your colleague will counsel you, your friend will counsel, your sister will counsel. And most of the time, if family members are counseling, they are partial. Because they take you as one of their own. They don't want you to be battered. They don't want you to be hurt. Even when you are doing certain things wrong, they will not point it out. But a marriage mentor is a welcome third party. That's the way I see it.
All right, Coach Mide, what's your take on this?
All right. Thank you very much, Ma. And thank you for the question. I just believe many times when we hear third party, the first person that comes to mind is your mother-in-law. That's the first person. Let's not deceive ourselves. It's always the mother-in-law. Usually the fathers are gentle, you know. We rarely cause any issue, but it's always the mother-in-law. Then at some point, you know, people you consider include the female friends of the husband, you know, those kind of a thing. Then the female friend, of course, of the lady. But many times we forget that also our children can be third parties in marriages. If you know the political willpower, the political influence that these children have over homes and over what happens, you will know that they themselves are a formidable force when it comes to considering third parties. So third parties are virtually every other person apart from the two of you who are married. And I was so happy when you started with this issue that yes, the marriage cannot exist in isolation. Two of you are married, but of course communities are surrounding you. So it's about the dimension of their influences upon what your marriage will look like. That should be the focus. But whether we like it or not, third parties are going to be involved in our marriages.
Okay, so
Okay, I think we need to take a break.
Okay,
Because I know that's already set for this particular one. All right, thank you. We need to take this break. Stay with us.
The home is under attack, but not for long, because Hypo is here. Dirty floors and surfaces.
Not on our watch.
Dirty and stains no be do shakara. We got the remedy, original palasa. Hypo, go hypo.
Germs always find a way back.
No green. Protect every day with Hypo.
Hypo, go hypo.
welcome back, and it's still the mid-morning show on BCOS television, and we have Mrs. Yemisi Ayanride and Dr. Olumide Okuneye. All right, sir. Okuneye, all right, sir. All right, so you were saying something earlier about third parties, and I feel like, okay, why would you say, or why do you think that married couples have to involve a third party? Is it really necessary to involve a third party?
No, the truth is we don't know it all. If a marriage is the only institution where you collect your certificate before you begin the actual process of the marriage itself, you collect the certificate, then you start working. We don't know it all. So sometimes people have discussed things with me and I just laugh. Now, what is causing them pain and tears? And I'm laughing. I'm like, what? Number one, you are not the only person going through this. I have gone through it. This person has gone through it. A lot of people have gone through it. And these were what, relax. You are not the only person. There are many. This way, go and do it. Then come back and tell me. So we don't know it all. So that's why we need the input of people who know some things that we don't know. So that's why third parties are involved. However, the only place where the challenge is when this third party begin to say, do this, and then you must do it. Now, for us, when we counsel, we advise. If I'm counseling my children now, I advise. The absolute choice is theirs. So, but if you now say, go and do this, and then you are not giving me the option of making the even God, many times he gives us instructions, but he knows that he has given us the willpower to actually do what he wants or not do it. We have the ability to choose. So when I don't have the ability to choose, then you are carrying your kinikoja. You understand? So that's where we should begin to raise issues.
Okay,
but yes,
coming to you, some people say that these are my parents. They are not. To me, they are not third parties. That is the inception of some people out there. So what do you think about that?
Wow. Your parents, the Bible says you should live and cleave. So we, luckily, have a married daughter. That was your colleague in BCOS years back.
Okay.
Now, the things I let her know, in fact, she's even, brilliant enough to know that is not all information that I need. Being her mom and being a marriage mentor, I don't have to, practice that in their own marriage. I can refer them. This is a team for alumnus now. I can say, go and see
Dr.
Okuneye, because I know that he knows what I know. And he says something rightly. We don't have the right information. The fact that in my 35-year, going to 36 years of marriage, these are certain things I have gone through. It doesn't mean that the way I went through it is the way that coach is going to go through it. There is no direct way to it. So the fact that I'm your parent does not mean that I should be part of what is happening in your marriage.
Okay.
No, there must be boundary,
All right.
really.
So at what point do we draw the line between privacy and secrecy? Because there's this particular story of a lady who was, enduring so much abuse in her marriage, and then she decided to keep it to herself because the mom told her on her wedding day that do not involve anybody, do not tell people your story, keep it to yourself. Even myself, the mom was telling the child that even myself, don't tell me things about your marriage. Just face it head on and just, go with it. Then the lady was enduring the abuse in the marriage. So at what point do we draw the line between privacy and secrecy?
Some people are very good in keeping secrets. But when the secret is giving you pains, must you endure? Do you know that what you just said? There's an elderly couple, like my age mates, that have been counseling. And then, about 2 weeks ago, I was told that the husband told the lady, don't share our secrets with the outside world. I wonder why she's suffering alone and she doesn't want to share her pains. But one day she was really, really troubled and she called me and told me. When she told me, I said, okay, there's a way we can arrange it. We'll come on a visit, then we just start talking generally, then we bring about this kind of topic. We're not going to intentionally say, hey, come and see me. As friends, if you say, I want to counsel you, it will be like, is it not you? So I said, let's do it like this. But shortly after then was when I was told that the husband said, don't share our secrets. And I discovered that she has been avoiding me. It means that she can endure it. Until she cannot endure it, then she will speak out. People that can keep secret, there's nothing you can say to make them come out and speak out. Because for that lady, she's been there for, imagine the number of years I have been married now. For so long, and she's been enduring. What happens is when she cannot endure anymore, then there'll be an eruption. Then she can likely overreact. But I pray not. One thing is, you must be able to identify that, is this secret worth keeping? Yes. What am I gaining from keeping this secret? Is it giving me joy? Once anything is not giving you joy, you see, you have read that in my profile that I'm a mental health and addiction counselor. Sure. Your mental health, if anything is affecting it, please speak out. Because you need help. One thing about us in Nigeria is we think that it's only the mad people on the road that have mental issues. Until that happens, we don't know that people have mental issues that should be attended to. This kind of lady I mentioned now, do you know she has mental issues? Another friend told me that even the husband has mental issues, but they are not ready for help. It's like I pastor in the Redeemed Christian Church of God, for instance. It's like a pastor, you want to conduct deliverance on a person that is not ready. You can't achieve anything, except the person is ready to divulge her so-called secret. You cannot, force her to speak it out, and then you cannot help.
All right, Coach, what do you think about the difference between privacy and secrecy, and at what point do you involve it?
This is the point where it calls for wisdom, actually. Many times I have had people say, don't involve third party in your marriage. I don't like that kind of a blanket instruction. It is wrong. It is completely wrong. While the spirit of that instruction is right, but the actual manifestation of that might be wrong. Imagine somebody who has been going through, like somebody was telling me one day that the husband was not sleeping, was not always sleeping, was always working late into the night, and it was affecting his health. And then I was just like, I have had this case and I know what somebody did. So I told the person, okay, this is what somebody did, you can also do it. Now, imagine going through this issue and then losing the man when the solution is just here. I mean, and you could have gotten it just one instruction. So when you say, don't tell anybody what is happening in your marriage, you are not saying it right. What we should say is probably, your marriage is, keep the sanctity of your marriage, but of course, you need the influences of people. Now, one of the first few people I say, don't always quickly run to them many times, of course, are the mother-in-law, father-in-law, and because if you are not careful, a lot of time, they will force you, now in parenthesis now, to build your home like theirs. But of course, your father can never be your husband. Your husband cannot be your father. Your mother cannot be your wife. Your wife, you understand what I'm saying? So you will not get what they are getting. In fact, some of them are not even getting. I've seen somebody who said, my marriage not look like my parents' own. So, but they will force you to do what they have done, and it will not pay. So that's why you should look for people who have the correct information, who are strong in some areas. Then you can share some of these things with them, and then you can get help. Find impartial people, find people who are skilled. Not all pastors are skilled when it comes to marriage. Some pastors are suffering in their own marriage. You cannot go and tell them this one. They will tell you, you are the man. Now, that will lead into more trouble. But there are some who are graced and skilled in some areas. There are people, there are friends. You see that they have good results. You just say, look at it. This is what I'm going through. What have you seen it before? What can I do? So you are not really divulging secrets. You are seeking help.
Okay, Coach Vidi, me as a person, I feel like every couple should certainly have someone they are very accountable to.
Definitely.
Now, at what point, or what would you say is the main difference between a third party and someone you can be accountable?
That person is third party. Whether we like it or not, that same person is third party. Now, when we do premarital counseling, we ask people who, for example, if you are, sorry, don't let me use you as a, if you are, because already will not beat me. So if people are married, no, you are already married. If people are going to get married now, I want to ask the lady, do you know the person who can call him to order? If he does not know, you are not going to get married. We must have someone, somebody who can say, sit down there. As old as I am. My wife has people that she can just call them, and I'm in trouble. It's just a matter of question. I'm sorry, sir. But you're going to do it. Yes, sir. She also has people I can call and say, Ewa, see what she's doing. And they will force her to do what sometimes she doesn't want to do, but which is right. So we must have people that we are accountable to. We don't know it all. There are people that have gone ahead of us. We don't need to go through the experiences and the pains of some people, but we can learn from their stories, from their successes. So it's just a matter of approaching them, speaking with them. In fact, periodically visiting them. We have people that periodically we visit, we sit down, we gist. So in the process, you realize there are issues, you raise it, they give you instructions what to do. You do, you get results. So we need people like that.
Okay.
But of course, I'm not expecting a marriage to now a wife to become a chatterbox. Everybody in the whole estate, they know the story in your family. No. That's not seeking help. That's just mental issue. That's the mental.
Okay, Ma, where exactly do you think we got it all wrong, especially in this generation? Would you say it's a fault of misinformation, or would you say it's as a result of, some people might just feel like, oh, I know it all. I need a third party. I don't need a third party. So what's your take on it?
No man is an island. Nobody knows it all. One thing the coach mentioned that I always say when I'm giving premarital counsel is, who is this person accountable to? Who is his mentor? Who is our mentor? So when you encounter a guy that says to you, where I am today is by my struggles.
Self-made.
Self-made. Nobody can call me to order, this and that. They will not even say anything about God. They think that they know it all. Run from such people. Honestly, I always tell people when I'm doing that premarital counseling, because anyone that does not have anybody that is accountable to is disaster waiting to happen. Because after the early stage of I love you,
and the reality sets in.
And you now see his behavior, and you want to, make some adjustments. My God, and there's nobody that can call that person to order. You are in trouble,
You pray, eh?
You have married a prayer partner. A prayer point, not a prayer partner. That's it. So this generation, they hardly listen to advice. That's their problem. Because in our own time, we didn't even have marriage mentors. But we just knew that you have entered this marriage, stay in it. Endure. This generation is microwave age. It just happens or it doesn't happen. Marriage doesn't have to last, and they're out. Wait, before you see people married for 20, 25 years, they really tried. It's just that this generation will not listen to wise counsel. And so when you counsel them and they take it, they now go to someone that is not a marriage mentor. The person that is suffering in our own marriage and is enduring it, we now tell you.
Exactly. I was almost about to say.
TikTok counselor.
They will not tell you that, come on, don't take that from him. Meanwhile, they are taking more. And they are staying there. They're enduring. But then common sense will not tell you that, why is this person still there? Now that I said, I've been married for 36 years. Say, you think it's been a bed of roses? It hasn't been. But I'm there. What example am I showing my children? What example am I showing people around me? People that cannot endure. When you go to them to seek counsel, you are in trouble. And I tell you, most of these people that will tell you that they are all right on their own, you go to their sitting room, you see their portrait all over the place. When they are alone, I can tell you, they are not all right on their own.
Okay, all right, ma'am. Thank you so much. We need to get this straight. So, third party in marriage, to have or not, I so much believe that you've been able to throw in your weight to say that okay, you need it. But so we need to have a third party. All right. So you mentioned mother-in-laws, and then you said that
The
mother-in-law. So can cultural expectations, about extended family make it difficult for couples to establish healthy boundaries? Healthy boundaries in marriages.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In what way?
For example, now it is expected, and of course it's here. It's expected in African setting that once you give birth, the mother-in-law or the mother of the husband, that's mother-in-law, should come and then stay with you. A lot of time I look at it and I'm like, what happens to our own husband? So I've already started telling my wife, once the children start to go to that level, we will go together.
Yes, now.
The two of us.
Do it now.
The two, we will go together. So by the time you are tired of us, you will send us back on time. So this woman will not go there. 1 year for some of them, they will be there. And then they just say they are taking care of the child. And in the process, they begin to exert their own influences, trying to bring forward the template. Don't forget, whatever template people, sorry I'm saying don't forget, whatever template people have gone through is what they will replicate anyway. So they want to exert their own influence to build their own template, which of course will go against whatever the two of you are doing. So a lot of time, while tradition expect that the mother-in-law should come, when there is this or they should come around, a lot of time it brings up clashes between your own culture, the culture of your marriage, and the culture of that same woman. In fact, in some homes, you will see the mother-in-law will come, all the siblings will also come. And then, many times you will see the mother-in-law just come around, she's not doing anything. So it's still the woman who just gave birth, who will still be cooking, doing all the other. I mean, we have seen cases like that, and sometimes it's just like, what's all this stress? So a lot of time, cultural expectations are weight on their own.
So how do they draw healthy boundaries?
Now, that's where the guy, if in this case now, mother-in-laws now, that's where the guy comes in. I don't expect you to just sit there and just watch while your wife goes through all this emotional stress and not. Any mother-in-law that cannot contribute immensely to the extent of reducing the stress of the woman should not come. Once you come around, after the name, you go back. We will do everything by ourselves. But if culturally we are like, oh, let's not cause trouble, then get house help, get a washing machine, get a cook, and then you yourself as the man, make sure you are everywhere, you are doing everything, so that the pressure will not be on the... Once the pressure is on the woman, she will begin to get frustrated, you will see the reactions, and then that home will become a fire. So we don't want that. So the man must be fully involved, using his money, using his own physical strength. That's why peace can...
Okay, I think you have something to say, Ima. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, you see, that's why I like the Igbo culture. Let the mother of the bride go. That's what I like about the Igbo culture, because I have seen a marriage that was destroyed because the lady was operated upon and she still had to cook for the mother-in-law. Now, it depends on the type of mother-in-law, really.
That's why I said the mother-in-law.
I had to write a book on it. Yeah, because it's something that I have been through. In fact, I had to live with my parents-in-law.
Wow.
It was something else. My mother-in-law, angelic, till her last breath. But my sister-in-law was divorced, and she came back home to rule every one of us.
Wow.
And my husband, so calm, could not even say anything. That's why I like when Coach said, let the man, be on top of the situation. But some men will not even talk. Like my man did not talk. And I was just the house help for several years.
Wow.
So because of what I have been through, that's why I said I love the Igbo culture. But you see, you have some mothers-in-law. Like my daughter, when she had her baby, it was mother-in-law that was around that she would wash clothes for her in the kitchen and do things like that. But then she one day wanted to impress her mother-in-law. Before 8 days, she went to the market to buy vegetable. By the time she came, I said, Tommy. So when I now came around, hey, mommy, my turn, I said, you. You see, out of wanting to impress each other, sometimes we unimpress ourselves. So the state must be such that the man must be on top of the situation. If your mother must come, make sure it is a mother that can do all these house chores that will, relieve the wife, the new mom of all burdens. Like a friend of mine just came from Canada. She said what she never used to do at home. Like she had a big woman, she had a cook and all of that in attendance in her kitchen. But when she got there, she had to peel beans to make akara for them, do this and do that. And she was the mother, she's the mother of the groom. So there are so many mothers like that. I see myself doing such for my daughter-in-law. You understand? But many mothers in Africa, you believe that this is my son's home. You must serve me.
And some would even dictate that this is what I want.
Are you telling me? They need to bind their own whatever for them. They will say they don't. So
it's always stressful.
I don't know why some people just are demonic. That's the way pastors like me will put it. How can you want to put stress when you can, make yourself likable?
All right, so talking about, we're going to take a break, but when we're back, we're going to talk about this. Talking about the man in the home and involving third parties, some might confide in their colleagues at work.
Okay.
Some men, maybe when they are encountering some challenges or difficulties at home, they might just take solace in their colleague at work, and then it stems to other things from there. So yes, you're going to throw in your weights on that particular one as well as regards having a third party. Okay, we need to take this break. We'll be back. Stay with us.
Family, basically, family is your blood, your immediate siblings, father, mother, that's what we call family. But at the same time, to me, family can be my friends because I have close friends, like really close people that have done great things, fantastic things for me before, that I feel they are my blood, they are my family. So it doesn't have to be your immediate siblings or family alone. Your friends could be your blood, your neighbors, your family, they can be your family.
Family is not necessarily blood. You could be connected to someone through blood ties, but they might not be family to you. It could be your family, your friends, people you shared a certain amount of space, or you have this connection. A random person that is not even from the family or your lineage or anything, that's real family. Family could also even be with pets, animals, your dogs, your cats. You understand? It's all up there.
For me, I feel family is not only a group of people related by blood, marriage or adoption. Family is also people that stand with you through thick and thin, people that support your goals, and people that you believe in the same faith or belief share. And family can either be like your friend, people in the same faith and religion, and family can also be like your colleagues at work. Depends on the bonds you people have together and the beliefs that is bringing all of you together. So, and what people have in common, that's what you can actually call a family.
Family is a group of people related by blood, but not only by blood. Those that are closer to you. And for me now, to enjoy myself, I must be with my children and my wife. For me to know that's what I call family. Truly, sometimes I can be with my friends, but having a fun with them, but it can never be like my own immediate family. That's it. Then before I got married, I enjoyed it with my parents, but when I got married, I'm enjoying it with my wife and my children. That is what I call my own family.
Family is a group of people related by blood or marriage. So not your immediate family are your families. Your friends at work, people in your environment, your immediate relatives, they are your family. Because if anything happens, these are the closest person that can attend to you without your closest family. So I can say a family should be people around you, your neighbors, your friends, and family.
Family is a group of people that you're related with by blood, but at the same time, family is, a group of people that you choose, you choose in your own personal space, you choose to be intimate with. Family is not just by blood, but also by choice.
Family is a group of people who have the same, who came from the same bloodline to achieve a particular goal. To me, family is not just a group of people. Two people can be families, provided there is cooperation and there is unity among them. Family is not only depending on the same biological. You can meet the people, don't know each other. I create a family by myself. You have family inside the church, you have family inside the mosque. You can keep a family within your friends, within your parents, within people, and become your family.
All right, so welcome back. It's still the Mid Morning Show on BCOS television, and it's the lounge session where we're talking about third party in marriage, to have or not, and we're in conversation with Mrs. Yemisi Ayorinde and Dr. Olumide Okuneye. Okay, that was a vox pop on family. Like, what does family mean to you? So I think someone actually said something like colleague, and that's a question we're almost about to ask. But Coach, what would you say family? What would you say family meant to you?
Well, for me, family is, and I think a lot of them have said that families are people that you are related by blood. But of course, you now have immediate family, you have extended family, and then the immediate family, of course, is your wife, your children, then of course the extended one, your parents, your siblings. But of course, there are people who have crossed the boundary of just being colleagues, and they have become like family. You can discuss anything with them, they get your back, they are with you. And of course, they have earned the
title.
Yes, to be called family. You don't just call. There are people I have who are very close to me. I can't just say friends. I call them family. So for me, those ones are family.
How about you, ma'am? What does family mean to you?
Yeah, the coach said it. But for me, my family is in the household of faith. I don't really care how you are biologically related to me. If I know that your spiritual strength is somehow dicey, I don't move too close to you.
All right, so as regards the question I asked before we took that vox pop, as regards spouses confiding in colleagues, you know, just to narrate what the challenges they are facing at home. At what point, you know, would you say the marriage would feel threatened in a way when the husband starts confiding in a friend at work, a colleague, you know, thinking that, okay, I have known this person, we've been working together for like 18 or 12 years, you know, this person is like a family to me. So at what point do you think the marriage can feel threatened when the partner starts confiding in a third party, a friend, in quote?
Well, for me, where fear comes in for me is when one of the partners begin to talk with people about their family or family issues, and obviously the people you are talking to don't have results. You understand what I'm saying? If they
or
don't,
maybe it's the opposite gender that the person is
whether
talking
it's
to.
opposite gender, I mean, the
Same
truth is you
gender.
can have friends who are opposite gender, you can have friends who are your gender, but if they don't have a result that is showing that they are practicing what they are going to advise you, for me, that's a red flag. I literally want to get afraid because, of course, if you have your friends, it does not stay at home. I mean, it goes home around 11 p.m. every night, and then you are asking him counsel about what your marriage should look like. You are troubling yourself. He will tell you that what I do is I stay out until around 11. So when everybody has slept, I come in. By 6 a.m., I go out. So imagine a good man who is just undergoing adjustment phase in marriage. Now, seeking counsel from such a person. So he will start. And that will cause more trouble for him. But that's not a good counsel. That would be a wrong one. So if you have like female friends now with the woman, and then they are saying, I don't take nonsense from you if it is me. For some married people seek counsel from those who are not married. That one is the height of foolishness for me. Because what will they tell you? I've seen a guy who, you know, was always writing things about marriage. When you are married, the husband should be able to do this. We just kept quiet. Kept quiet for when he got married, those things stopped. All these daily advice, daily tips for us married, they stopped because he faced what was the reality of marriage. So I don't need your counsel if you don't have results. So when you seek, and I'm sorry for saying that, a lot of people want to have results, but it just does not work. But then, I get afraid when you are seeking counsel from people whose views about marriage are warped, you know, and they don't have results. That will be trouble. A man will tell you, slap her, just give her one slap, one time. She'll be okay.
You reset. How about you, ma'am? At what point do you think confiding in colleagues, you know, becomes a threat to the marriage?
Like he rightly said, it depends on the type of colleague you are confiding in.
Okay.
The person that has, you know, no good thing for you to learn from. What kind of advice can he give you? The person whose life is not speaking success maritally, what do you expect that he will tell you? Say, in fact, he will tell you that he doesn't even believe in marriage. Are you still believing this scam? That's why we said it earlier on. If someone is not qualified to counsel you, don't go to such a person. No matter sometimes the title they have. I tell you. Pastor, chief, Mrs., this and that, it does not mean that they are happy. A person that is not happy will not radiate joy. Will not give you counsel that will give you joy. I can assure you of that. Someone we counseled and we expected good results now came and behaved otherwise because the person that counseled her later is someone that is hurting. Somebody that is hurting has no good thing to tell you. But it gets to a stage, some people don't even care. They don't even know they don't know what that person is going through per se. They just go to them because, you know, most of the time you're in the office, you spend a lot of time together with your colleague. It doesn't mean that you must tell your colleague all that you are going through. Your colleague may not have the right answer. That is why we rightly said earlier on, you must have mentors.
But some might just want to pour out their mind. You know, they believe that a problem shared is half solved.
Can I quickly say something? Do you know the other side of this thing we are talking about? Sometimes you now realize you are sharing your case with someone. And then when the person shares what they are going through in their house with you, you realize you even don't have a problem. You are the one that will now start counseling that person.
But that's a truthful fellow that will tell you that mine is even worse than what you are saying.
There are people like that.
Okay. Sorry. At what point do you think maybe a marriage is experiencing a storm? At what point do you think they need to involve a third party? And who exactly should they involve? Let's
now, this is the most important part of this issue of third party. Like I said, a lot of marriages, we don't know it all. In fact, before I got married, I took my wife to some of the people I have as mentors, and they took time with us explaining things about marriage and all, and we don't know it all. So now, marriage is wired to be happy. Now, let me rephrase that. Marriage is wired to give you joy. You know, happiness is when something happens, you feel good. But joy is continuously, having that beautiful, not just feeling, but, you know, just grateful. So that's what marriage is supposed to give you consistently. Now, anything different from that, you need help. So imagine you are thinking about your spouse and you are like, God, have I not missed it? You're thinking about your spouse, you are like, have I not should marry? You know? So once you begin to have stuff like that going, don't keep quiet. Talk with people. Now, who do you talk with? Like we said, number one, people that have results in their own marriage. I don't want to speak with a marriage counselor who also doesn't have results in his own marriage.
Or a single marriage counselor.
Your marriage is the demonstration of what you are teaching. So I want to be able to speak with a marriage counselor, of course, who has results, who is trained, who knows what he's doing, and of course have a passion for that. You want to speak sometimes with your pastor. A lot of us are closer to our pastors. Yes, but pastors who have passion for marriage. Not all pastors have passion for marriage. I've seen somebody who said, well, in the right, so Jensen was saying, I don't have time. I will be telling me all this story. He's tired. If that's not his strength, it's not his calling, you know, but he's a pastor. So you need to find pastors whose strength or who have qualifications.
I just say religious leaders.
Religious leaders, yes. Sorry for saying we are pastors. So religious leaders who have passion along that line, who you see that they also have results. Then, of course, if you have friends who have very good results, if you have mentors that you have submitted yourself to them, once you have any issue around this area, raise it and speak. So a lot. Then if you have friends who have results, who have passion, discuss. A lot of times, some of these friends have some sharper ways of sorting things out. And then you just say, go and buy a flower and take it home. And that may be the end of the problem. But you never thought about buying a flower. And then the mentors you have may not even think about buying flowers. For example, if you have a mentor who is 70-something years old, you may not remember when the flower, I
you should buy a baby goat.
But this young guy will say, just buy a flower and take it home. And that might be the end of that. So look for people who can, but majorly don't keep quiet. Then once it begins to go to the level of beating or abuse in marriage, please run. That's what I advise anybody. First of all, run. First of all, because it's the person that is alive that will be in marriage. A dead person cannot be in marriage. So run first, or better still, find people that he reports to, if he has, or she find, because there are women that beat their husband these days now.
We don't talk about it.
Men are ashamed.
No, men will not talk. There are women who beat their husband well, black and blue. So find and just look around. But if it goes to the level of abuse, please don't keep it silent. A lot of people they are in prisons today because they kept quiet. Then one day the lip just blew off, and then they find themselves doing things. So.
All right, ma'am.
I think
she should add something to that. Oh, you don't have anything to add to that, ma'am?
Yeah, even as a marriage mentor, as a social worker, we say that once battery is involved, run for your life. But some people, I rubbed minds with Jamila before I came on here, and she told me the case you mentioned that the lady had taken in so much. If you take in so much, when you explode, it becomes unbearable. So why take it in so much? It's an erroneous counsel to tell anyone don't involve a third party. It is very erroneous. Let's just take that one.
At what point?
At the point at which you know that this thing, I can't endure it anymore.
Okay.
I need counsel. At the point when you discover you need help, speak out. Speak to people that are passionate about marriage. For instance, people like us now, we don't want you to separate for any reason except battery. So you speak out to people like that.
All right, Coach Lee, coming back to you, because we've seen instances that couples go outside, to talk to a third party, and the third party in question ends up being with them.
Marrying the person.
Yes, we have seen instances like that. Now, how can couples, try to protect how can couples, try to protect themselves from such?
Let me quickly say this. When we do counseling at a place, it's very simple. One person can make the move and say, I'm not enjoying this marriage, so you seek for counsel. We can talk with you. We believe that one person can begin to bring the changes. However, once we start with one person, your husband or your spouse must join along the line. So in that way, it is safe. Now, you are talking with somebody and it's a lady, and then it's a guy that is counseling a lady, and the husband is somebody who is not. So you say, you have started something. That in itself is another major issue. So we want one person to start. You may start as one, but of course, along the line of counseling, your spouse must join it. With that, we can bring control, and there will be no fear of this extra marital counseling.
You just reminded me of a couple. The lady came, actually, and I did 3 sessions with her, and I now said, your husband must come in. It was a wise thing to say the husband must come, because when he came, he was like, I'd been wondering whether you people will send for me, or he has just been, or my wife had just been, telling you bad things about me. I don't want to hear from you. If you want to have peace in any home, you need both parties. However, there are times that the other party is not ready to come for counsel. But if you counsel one party successfully and that person is stabilized, that person counseled may establish peace in the home.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, sir, coming to you again, at what point do you think that couples need to identify the early signs that, no, this third party is beginning to, influence my marriage in a bad setting?
Well, that would be really obvious. Though, a lot of time, people that go for counseling, for some of them, they are emotionally disturbed. So they just take everything hook, line, and sinker like that, which many times is wrong. That's why I said, for us, we start the counseling with one person, but definitely along the line, we want to bring another person. So there is no way the counselor may deviate into doing some other things, apart from what is normal. Do you get what I'm saying, sir? So, but by the time you realize that what they are telling you is causing more trouble or will cause more trouble or are just basically humanly impossible, those are times you should basically withdraw. But I know that people who are trained, and for some of us who are faith-based marriage counselors, we have gone through some of these things, and there is no possibility